This is how you can survive daily life as a highly sensitive person. It works, making your way through the jungle of everyday life. As many as 15 to 20% of the population are highly sensitive. They experience the world as a much louder, more garish, and more challenging place than the average person. What's more, they can perceive the smallest change in mood in others and every tiny alteration in a conversation. Loud arguments and disputes are grueling for them, but even just too much information at once can be difficult for them to handle. Highly sensitive people are like receivers for every form of energy in their environment, whether consciously or not. This makes events where they must encounter many people crowded together, and also simple everyday routines where they have no chance to regroup, seem like high-performance athletics equivalent to a marathon. It takes a few tricks to make it through everyday life as a highly sensitive person undamaged and preserve mental health. In today's video, we'll share the top 10 survival tips and tricks to succeed at this difficult balancing act. Number 1. Always carry high-quality earphones. One practical tip that's easy to institute and doesn't cost much money is getting in-ear headphones and using them a little differently than intended. Instead of pumping more noise into our aural canals, use these instead to soften unfavorable environmental noises. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from listening to music of your choice, creating a little artificial downtime to recoup. Number 2. Keep at least one room in the house for yourself. Highly sensitive people might prefer to live alone, but not always. If there are partners, roommates, or children in the house, keep a room for yourself as a place to regroup. This quiet zone must be respected as much by all members of the household. Highly sensitive people urgently need regular phases of relaxation in absolute quiet, and their own homes should provide a place to retreat, not another crisis zone. Number 3. Reduce caffeine. This is one tip the coffee lovers amongst you aren't going to like hearing, but it's worth giving it a chance. Caffeine gets us going, and that's a good thing. That's its reason for being, its job description, its mission. Yet, highly sensitive people already have enough going on without having their pulses raised and their heart rates pushed to unhealthy levels. Those who succeed in reducing caffeine will lend their bodies a head start on finding peace and quiet. And if there are two things a highly sensitive person can't get enough of in this world, it's just that. Number 4. Use everyone else's downtime as work time. If you have to share a workplace with others, you'd do well to become an early bird or a night owl. These down times during a classic workday, very early mornings and late evenings, are perfect for all those who need more quiet and relaxation. It's very difficult for highly sensitive people to tune out environmental noise and the activities of others in the middle of a typical workday. If you can, use your hours flexibly. Number 5. Get enough and good quality sleep. We'd all do well to take this tip to heart. Whether you're highly sensitive or not, sleep is the best medicine for body, mind, and soul. It's when our entire organism powers down and uses the night quiet for regeneration that reaches all cells. But don't just watch your hours sleeping. The quality of your restful hours makes a huge difference as far as health effects go. Your bedroom should be absolutely dark. Electronic devices have no place there. At best, you won't even have a smartphone or a high-tech alarm on your bedside table. Sheets of cotton or wool are definitely preferable, and also a cooler room temperature ensures better sleep. Number 6. Get out into nature and enjoy the good things. Things that fill us with joy have a calming effect on our senses. A colorful bouquet of flowers, a lovingly set table, work tools that are not simply functional but also look good. These make a worthwhile contribution to our well-being. Those who can, should spend as much time as possible outdoors. Nature and its fantastic benefits for all our senses make for a completely free wellness program from which every one of us could profit. Number 7. Prefer low lights. Strong light is like pure torture for highly sensitive people. Headlights, spotlights, and strobing lights cause them stress to the highest degree. This includes the displays of smartphones, iPads, laptops, and other devices. Turn these blue light devices off at least 2 hours before going to sleep. That's because a brightly lit display suggests daylight to our brains and keeps us awake long after the Sandman tries to come around. So whenever possible, prefer low lighting. It'll calm our nervous systems and balance out our CO2 levels. Number 8. Plan enough time for every activity. One of the teachings of Zen says, reserve enough time for each individual activity. We should all take this advice to heart, but highly sensitive people even more so. If you have a plan, you can avoid being completely overwhelmed by the upcoming events of a workday. It also makes it easier to keep track of things, which in turn reduces stress and contributes to a moderate pulse rate. Multitasking is the death of any activity. What was once highly praised and lauded is now thankfully out and old news. If you try to do too much at once, the bottom line is that you get less done and in poorer quality. Number 9. Eat healthy as much as possible. The right fuel ensures smooth system operation. If it applies to cars and machines, it can't be wrong for our bodies. Highly sensitive people in particular should pay attention to a balanced intake of nutrients, plenty of water, and lighter meals every day. The less energy our body has to expend on digestion and metabolism, the more energy it can free up to shield us from the demanding outside world in the best possible way. Food for the brain and for the soul also keeps our body in good spirits and in top shape. Number 10. Schedule enough time to be alone. It does no harm to take occasional timeouts from society now and then, but highly sensitive characters need these me times all the more urgently. Those who can somehow arrange it take their consciously chosen time out every day, which may be spent according to mood, desire, and whim, as long as it's yours alone. These tendencies are in no way to be confused with egoism. For highly sensitive people, they are de facto essential for survival. Our conclusion: functioning as a highly sensitive person is all a matter of getting your priorities right. Without a doubt, it's exhausting and grueling to have to exist as a highly sensitive person in this noisy world. Some advantages come with the fine antenna, but the disadvantages sometimes seem to outweigh them. However, those who take good care of themselves and ensure that the demanding daily routine does not become an overwhelming problem have good chances. Highly sensitive people have to keep an eye on their own needs. If you set the right priorities here and keep a watchful eye to make sure that those needs don't come up short, you can also get along well as a highly sensitive person in this predominantly insensitive world. If you liked today's video, please have a look at our website where you'll find many exciting topics to read about. You'll see the link in the video description. That's it for today. Thanks a lot, and see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.